Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Lauren's divorce push, Nikki hires Michael to take down Victor. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, have been together forever. However, Nikki doesn't have the same spark as she did before the Jordan, Colleen Zank saga. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, recently told Nikki that this plan sounds like Victor, not her. Later, Nikki became paranoid with Victor. Then, when Victor told Nikki everything was going according to their plan, Michael Baldwin, Christian Leblance, shot him a weird look. Could there be a divorce battle brewing, and could Michael switch sides and expose all of Victor's criminal secrets? I&R spoilers reveal that Nikki got caught up with Lauren on Monday, September 9, 2024. In that episode, Nikki told Lauren that she was going to be in charge of a company much bigger than Newman Media. Lauren was intrigued, but then she became alarmed. Lauren had an outburst and exclaimed that this doesn't sound like Nikki at all. Lauren was concerned that Nikki's future was being laid out by Victor instead of herself. Now that I think about it, Nikki hasn't been herself since the whole Jordan saga. After getting out of rehab, Nikki just seems a bit lost. Like she isn't sure which direction to go into. Going back to Lauren, she told Nikki that Victor better not be doing anything illegal with this takeover. Then, Lauren informed Nikki that Victor pulled Michael into a last-minute meeting. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that after her chat with Lauren, Nikki went to see Victor. When Nikki walked in, Michael was with Victor, discussing the Lily Winters, Crystal Kahlo situation. Nikki started getting a bit paranoid and questioned Victor. Nikki knows what Victor promised Lily, but he promised her the same thing. So now Nikki is really starting to wonder if Lauren is right. When Victor told Nikki that everything was going according to our plan, Michael shot him a weird look. Michael hasn't earned Victor's trust back yet. Michael has been open about Victor's plan not ending up well for Lily. While Victor reasoned it was just business, Michael might think it's unethical and not right. It's possible Lauren could push Nikki to get away from Victor. Lauren has never been Victor's biggest fan. If Michael tells Lauren about Victor's deception, then she will probably alert Nikki. Could Nikki take a different approach to handling Victor, though? Could Nikki decide enough is enough and file for divorce? If that happens, what if Nikki hires Michael? It seems Michael is still holding onto some criminal secrets of Victor's. How will Nikki feel when she learns that Victor was holding Jordan captive in their own home while they slept? This could get quite ugly, so stay tuned. In Genoa City, storms were brewing, both in the boardroom and the bedroom. The tension that had been quietly simmering for weeks was about to boil over, and the fallout would change lives forever. Lauren Fenmore, a woman known for her poise, style, and fierce loyalty, found herself at a crossroads in her marriage. Meanwhile, Nikki Newman, another titan of Genoa City's elite, was planning a move so bold it could bring down an empire, the Newman Empire. Lauren had always prided herself on being a woman of control. She was the type to handle crises with elegance, to solve problems without the world seeing her sweat. But her marriage to Michael Baldwin had hit a snag she never anticipated. The man who once fought for her heart with everything he had seemed to have lost his fire. Michael's work for Victor Newman had consumed him, pulling him deeper into the dark world of corporate secrets and schemes, leaving Lauren feeling like an afterthought in her own marriage. She had tried talking to him, hinting at the distance that had grown between them, but her words always fell on deaf ears. He was too focused, too loyal to Victor. The same Victor who had cast a shadow over their marriage for far too long. Now, Lauren found herself questioning whether it was time to walk away. But this wasn't just about the slow erosion of their intimacy. No, this was about Lauren finally recognizing her worth. She had spent years being patient, understanding, but she was no longer willing to wait on the sidelines while Michael played second fiddle to Victor's ruthless business machinations. She deserved better, and if Michael couldn't see that, then maybe it was time to sever the ties for good. One evening, as she sat in her boutique, surrounded by the glamour she had built her life around, Lauren made a decision. Divorce. It was a terrifying word, one she never thought she'd consider, but the truth was staring her in the face. She needed to reclaim her independence, her strength, and if Michael wouldn't fight for their marriage, then she'd take matters into her own hands. The next day, Lauren met with her lawyer to start the process. She wasn't impulsive, and this wasn't a decision made lightly. But as she signed the initial paperwork, she felt a strange sense of relief. The weight of Michael's absence, the constant disappointment, was slowly lifting. Little did she know that this choice would set off a chain reaction she could never have anticipated. Meanwhile, across town, Nikki Newman had her own war to fight. The rift between her and Victor had been growing wider by the day. Their relationship had always been tumultuous, a push and pull between passion and power. But this time, things were different. Victor's ruthless decisions regarding Newman Enterprises had spiraled out of control. His quest for dominance had led to reckless moves, and Nikki could see the cracks forming in the foundation of the empire they had built together. But Nikki wasn't just angry, she was determined. Victor had always been the mastermind, always calling the shots, but now she was ready to fight back. She had watched him tear down opponents, manipulate the people he loved, all in the name of business. But Nikki was no longer willing to be collateral damage in his unending quest for power. She needed someone she could trust to help her bring Victor to his knees, someone with the legal expertise, the cunning, and the inside knowledge of Victor's every move. And there was only one person who fit the bill: Michael Baldwin. The irony wasn't lost on Nikki. Michael had been Victor's loyal soldier for years, but loyalty had its limits. Nikki knew that Michael's marriage to Lauren was hanging by a thread, and she was about to exploit that vulnerability. If she could pull Michael away from Victor, she could use him as her secret weapon to dismantle Victor's empire piece by piece. It was a dangerous game, but Nikki had never been afraid of high stakes. She invited Michael to the ranch, under the guise of friendly conversation, but her true intentions were far from innocent. Over a glass of wine, Nikki laid out her plan, her voice smooth yet sharp. She spoke of Victor's latest misdeeds, of the way he had become a danger to everything they had built, and how it was time to stop him. Michael listened intently, his loyalty to Victor warring with his growing frustration. He knew Nikki was right. Victor had gone too far, and Michael had been complicit for too long. But turning against Victor was a monumental risk, one that could cost him everything. Yet as Nikki continued, her words hit closer to home. She spoke of loyalty, of family, and then of Lauren. "You've been so loyal to Victor, Michael," Nikki said, her voice softening. "But at what cost? Look at what it's done to your marriage. Lauren deserves better, and so do you." That was the moment everything shifted. Michael had been on the fence, torn between his duty to Victor and his crumbling marriage to Lauren, but Nikki's words struck a chord deep within him. He had been so blinded by his allegiance to Victor that he had allowed his personal life to fall apart. And now, Lauren was slipping away. Nikki saw the flicker of doubt in Michael's eyes, and she seized the moment. "Help me take Victor down," she whispered, "for Lauren, for yourself." Michael sat in silence for what felt like an eternity. The weight of the decision was crushing, but in that moment he realized something he hadn't before. His loyalty to Victor had cost him the one thing that truly mattered: his marriage. Lauren was pushing for a divorce, and unless he did something drastic, she'd be gone forever. With a heavy sigh, Michael finally nodded. He would do it. He would turn against Victor. But not just for Nikki, for Lauren, for his marriage, for the life he wanted to salvage before it was too late. As Nikki raised her glass in a silent toast, Michael knew that the battle for Genoa City's soul was about to begin, and this time, the stakes were personal.